What's up, Rockstars? This is going to be an interesting video because Mythic Games is active but not. It's kind of an interesting situation. Let's just say that you can get a really good deal right now, maybe. If it has to do with Mythic Games, you know there's going to be some sketch. And even though this kind of doesn't have to do with Mythic Games, there's still some sketch. It's almost like the taint spreads and like it's like everywhere. But I'll talk to you guys about that right now. So, obviously, this is a video that is bringing up Mythic Games again, and I want to be done with them, and yet things keep happening. In fact, there's more that won't even fit into this video. I've been doing some investigating work, and there is definitely some other stuff going on right now I want to let you guys know about. That'll be in a future video, probably late next week, if you're watching this at the time of posting, which if you're not, guys, feel free to subscribe. I do this kind of stuff all the time. Yeah, so this is all about Darkest Dungeon. Now, I'm going to get into Darkest Dungeon here in just a moment, but I do want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Into the AM, for this video. I'm wearing one of their shirts right now. They fit great, they feel great. Even their gray sweatpants, rocking that as well. Super comfy, and that's really what I wanted to do. I'm filming this on Saturday, and I just wanted to be comfortable in my home and still look sharp, and this allows me to do it. They have a huge sale going on right now for their anniversary sale. I don't know how much longer that's necessarily going to last. However, you can save 10% either on the sale or just in general, 10% added using the code down in the description below. Feel free to check that out. As you can see though, they are having a sale right now and some great deals. These pants, amazing. They feel great. You can get them in a pack of 3 actually for even less. Same with these hoodies. You can get a custom 3-pack long sleeve for like 60 bucks. This is 3 hoodies for $60 that are so comfy. They feel great. They look great. I actually got a compliment on this shirt. This is actually one of their older-ish kind of shirts. They still look good. The original shirts, the first shirt I ever got from them, still looking great as well. I was getting a haircut the other day, and sure enough, the guy was like, "Hey, nice shirt." And I was like, "Hey, thanks." And I have only ever had that happen in my life when I've been wearing an Into the AM shirt. And it happens constantly. Like seriously, dozens and dozens of times people have told me, "Hey, nice shirt." So if you want to have a shirt that fits great, feels great, Into the AM, save yourself an additional 10% down in the description below. Okay, with that out of the way, I do want to actually jump into this Darkest Dungeon stuff because we got some things to talk about. But I've actually made it a point to include the sponsorship. This is not part of the sponsorship, but like the blurb in these videos because I want you to remember that there are good companies out there. When it comes to Mythic Games, a lot of emotions spring up because a lot of money sprung out, right? Like it's gone. You're not getting it. I'm not getting it. They have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of my dollars that I will never see a product for. It sucks. I get it. But don't count off all companies. That's why I cover a lot of indie games that are delivering. In fact, Earth Under Siege, I know, is out right now on a campaign, and they just delivered an amazing, even just the unboxing experience was really good. And so I really like that there are really good companies out there making quality games or quality products like a shirt or something like that. So just remember that it's not all doom and gloom. That being said, you want to get doom and gloom, Darkest Dungeon doom and gloom, you can get that for Kickstarter prices right now on Amazon. In fact, there's enough stock to where they just say it's in stock. They don't even like list like how much stock is left for this. Now, this is actually kind of impressive. This is on the US version, though I believe one of my patrons confirmed it's on the German site as well. Obviously, kind of, check your local flavor of Amazon to see if this is available to you. But this is actually, I don't know, I think this one is sold by DE Distribution. I think there are a few others. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So let's talk about this. So first of all, this is the Darkest Dungeon core box plus all the miniatures, right? So this is like essentially wave 1-ish, right? Where you get both of these for $102 free shipping, at least here in the US. 2-day free shipping, which is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. It boggles my mind that now people who waited longer can just get this game. And there are people, especially anybody who didn't want it in English, that never got their game at all. And so here it is on Amazon for you to take $102. They also, as you can see here, frequently bought together, they also have some of the add-ons, like the storage stuff and whatnot, and the Crimson Court expansion. Now, if you might recall, over here on Kickstarter, there's a sad face there. It's in dark mode, so it doesn't look so good there. This was a $150 pledge. So this $150 pledge came with, if it'll load, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have done details. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so it came with the core box, stretch goals, the Crimson Court expansion, and then the stretch goals for that, and the free Musketeer Mini. So just about everything here is 100 plus 50, 150 bucks. So it's like the same price practically. There's a little bit of a difference, right, with like the Musketeer and stuff like that. But honestly, this is a really good deal if you get the game. Not even the Mythic games can have a good deal anymore, even if they're not involved. So let me talk about this real quick. This is by DE Distribution. This one is. I don't know who's doing what well, but if you look at here, some people are like, hey, I got both boxes, right? All the minis, everything inside looks great, and some people are only getting one box. And this is happening kind of consistently. The majority of the reviews that I have seen have been, hey, there are both boxes. Some have said there's only one. So just know that depending on who you buy this from, it is still a little bit of a gamble. It's still Mythic Games related, right? Still Mythic Games adjacent, but Darkest Dungeon, a really, really, really fun experience. I very much enjoyed my time with it. I actually didn't get into any of the expansions, and I need to do that. My son and I played through most of them, and we had a blast every single time. Some of them were really tight. Some of them had big moments. It was the typical Darkest Dungeon experience, if that makes sense, as a board game, which is like super cool to see. Seriously, though, if you were interested in the Darkest Dungeon board game, if you didn't get it, this might be a way to do it. I know it's $100 more. I know it's still a gamble, but I know some of you just never really got your product, and I feel really bad about that. So I wanted to show you that this is available. Now, this is both a good and a bad thing, obviously, right? It's kind of ridiculous that it's here, but it is. Now, I believe on the Crimson Court, there is a limited quantity. So this says that, at least with DE Distribution, they only have 5 left in stock, right? So just as an FYI, you're going to want to kind of play it by ear and make a decision kind of soon, especially by the time this video comes out. Obviously, then thousands of you will know about it that maybe didn't before. So, Mythic Games in the news again, because apparently there's a lot of stock for something. I'm assuming this DE Distribution, I don't know if it was liquidated. I don't know what happened. I don't know why there were English copies that weren't sent out, that were made, that weren't sold yet. I don't know what's going on there, but that's my assumption. I made a video earlier last year about how Mythic Games is finally finished, how Leo's moved on, the management's moved on, they're not doing anything, they're closing up their like subsidiary kind of like adjacent companies because, I don't know, business does business stuff, which probably got them into where they're at now because they made it over complex. But suffice it to say, they've moved on. I think this is just another sign of it. Just like the sign of them closing one of their shops was a sign of, hey, we're starting to like check off all the boxes and closing things out. I suspect this is very similar. They had some things out, they sold them off, D Distribution got them, maybe some others did. They put them on Amazon, they're going to sell out the rest of the stock here, right? And that's kind of what we're seeing here. They are further trimming not just the fat, but the bone and muscle as well, until all that's left is ash. That's what Mythic Games is becoming. That's what they're going to become. It's just a slow process. But there are times like this where you might be able to benefit from it. If you somehow got it on Board Game Geek Market or eBay or something like that and you didn't get the expansion, boom, $50, now you can get the expansion. I'm assuming it'll come in. I don't know. Again, kind of iffy. There's only a few, but they said they have 5 of them, so maybe you can get one of those 5, and now you have the Crimson Court expansion. Let me know your thoughts on this, both on the good company versus bad company out there, whether you've written it all off or not, whether you would be willing to pay, again, now a different company to get, hopefully, your product, or if you're just like, nope, I'm done, I'm out, I'm not putting any more money, even if $50 will give me the expansion, $100 gets me the core game, I'm out. It's kind of ironic that through all of this journey that people have had, paying more and more and more to get this, there are some that are paying $102 free shipping getting the game that we paid. I think I paid more than that on like even just the second wave of like shipping that I paid for. It ended up being a very expensive game for anybody that did it on crowdfunding, and now it's proving to be a very cheap game. $100 for the 2 big boxes like that. That's better than most retail games nowadays. Are getting such a better deal and such a better experience with it. Kind of ironic. Personally, as long as other gamers are getting good experience, I'm happy with that, just kind of in theory in general, right? That being said, of course, obviously, I would hope that everybody would have, but it doesn't make me upset that other people are having a good time with it now or having a good experience. I don't want them to have a bad experience. I want them to have a worse experience than I did. If they can get a great deal and they can get it right away, that's fine. Technically, I've had this game for quite a while now. I believe I first got it like in our rental before our previous house was built. I know I move a lot. That's not been a fun experience either. But the point is that, like, those who did get the game have had it for a while. There's some benefit there, of course, and it was only made because of it, but only sort of made. And again, like the every copy you're buying is kind of like a blood copy, right? Like this was somebody's copy that just didn't get it, right? There are people who for whatever reason didn't pay more, and so this was sitting there available, and they just weren't sent out, which does kind of suck, of course. Kind of interesting. Again, I don't know how many more are left. Feel free to check the link in the description below. That'll be into the AM, of course. Save yourself additional 10%. Thanks to the AM for sponsoring this video. You get cool stuff, and you get to help support the channel. It's a win-win, and it's not some board game company I'm dealing with either. Perfect situation. But there'll also be a link down to this Amazon product. I do not have an Amazon affiliates links. It's a long story, but suffice it to say, it'll just be a plain one. I'm not getting commission on it. I'm not getting any money from you doing that. So in a way, it's kind of nice. It keeps it really clean like that. So don't worry about that. Go ahead and check the link down in the description below for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for the next video where I'm covering some more things I found out about Mythic Games and the upper management there, some things that they've been going on to. And of course, I'm still researching Lazy Square Games as well. There'll be another news videos too, plus at least 2 more unboxing videos for some really cool indie ones. One is huge in the terrain, and one is huge in the gorgeous art, and I'm so excited to show you both of those. So I'll show you that to you as well. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe so you can check out those videos as I launch them. Otherwise, Patreon, YouTube members, they help support this channel. Ad revenue is not what I'm after. The massive amount of views on only popular games are not what I'm after, and so they allow me to make the videos I want to make when I want to make them. So thank you to all of them for helping support this channel, and thank you for even considering possibly maybe doing that, or just leaving a like or a comment. That helps as well. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye, guys.